Didn't I tell y'all this would happen? How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the brand new governor of New York, Kathy Hochul. And if I said that wrong, I'm sorry, it's not my fault. But anyway, she was at a press conference and there were some very hard-hitting questions thrown in her direction. The one question I wanted to focus on was about the vax mandate for healthcare workers in the state of New York, which starts today, and that's Monday, September 27th, 2021. Now, there's already a short staffing problem happening in New York. They're already starting to cancel certain procedures like, I don't know, delivering babies, things of that nature. So if they're going to fire more people, how are they going to pick up the slack? How are they going to fill these open positions? The answer from the governor may shock you, but it shouldn't. And before I get into it, let's roll the clip. In this clip, you'll see the question, you'll see the response. After we get done watching that, I'll talk about what was said there. Then I give you the rest of my 2 cents, my deep detail analysis, and then I wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
You said yesterday that you were looking into temporary visas for foreign workers to fill these anticipated slots that might be empty in hospitals and nursing homes. So what is that going to look like? Where are these replacement healthcare workers coming from? What's the plan?
Well, I'll start with the last question, see if I remember the first one by the time I get through your probably 3.5-part question, Bernadette. This is something that we have to work with the Department of State on first, and this is a conversation we've already been having to talk about the opportunity we might have in freeing up the visa system to have some temporary workers come from places like the Philippines where many nurses go elsewhere. I literally had this conversation with the Prime Minister of Ireland when we sat where I am right now and talked about, do you have any, everyone I'm talking to, I'm saying, do you have any healthcare workers you can get over to us? But it is going to be a Department of State approval process that we have to work through. So this will not help in the next couple of days, but it would be great if we could, and we're going to be continuing to find ways to adjust our licensing requirements so we can have out-of-state healthcare workers.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, are you surprised? Are you really surprised? You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be surprised that they said, are we going to get, visas to get girls from the Philippines to fill these positions and, from other states? You should not be surprised. And then when certain news anchors, like it was a guy on some station, I forget, might have been Fox News, comes on at 8 o'clock, wore bow ties back in the day. Tucker Carlson, is that his name? Yeah. Isn't he the one that said, they're trying to replace us and the great replacement theory and whatnot? They called him a racist and a xenophobe, all kind of stuff. But is he a racist? Is he a xenophobe? Isn't it happening? It just had 12,000 Haitians up under the bridge at the border, and all of them are in the country right now. Well, it was 15,000. It deported 3,000 and said, hey, we're deporting them. And then they just let 12,000 come on in. Where are they going? New York, Florida. How about all the Hispanics? How about all the white illegal aliens and everybody from all over the world coming in illegally or through a visa or something like that? They're there to replace you. If you, regular normie citizen, and I, regular normie citizen, if we don't want to play ball, if we don't want to do what they tell us to do, they got a replacement. And the sad part is that in New York, especially in New York City, you have a high black population. And a lot of these black people are in healthcare. Nurses, for example, a lot of CNAs, LPNs, RNs, etc., they're black. And a lot of black folks in New York, like, for example, I think 75% of black folks between the ages of 18 and 44 in New York City do not have the shot. Are they want to go and get it to get the nursing job? I'm not really sure they want to do that. So there's going to be a problem. It's going to be a serious problem. And those that they vote for, those they support, are the ones that are behind this. You vote for the Democratic Party, vote for Andrew Cuomo and the appointed Kathy Hochul or whatever. You want to support them. Okay, well, check it out. Now you don't have a job anymore. Now what? Maybe they give you some government benefits, but you had a job, you had a career. Now what you going to do? You got to move or do something else or get the shot when you don't want to. You're being coerced into doing a thing that you don't want to do. Now, I fully expect to see Black Lives Matter out here protesting or something in favor of those who are going to lose their job because of the mandate that happens today. Because we saw them at the restaurant when the woman got into a fight with the hostess over the vax passport, right? Now, how about hundreds of black women losing their job because they don't want to get the shot? Is it going to be the same response? It should be. I gave BLM credit for going out there and protesting against the vax passport, okay? How about the vax mandate for healthcare workers? Protest that too, because it's going to disproportionately affect black women. I would presume that black folks are the least vaxxed in New York. I would presume that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. I think I'm pretty much correct. But yet you get all these rules that people say is gonna help the whole world. We're gonna fix things. We're gonna change things. But is it really? Is that really gonna happen? They tell you pretty much anything. I'm reading about this, and they said 98% of healthcare workers in New York are vaxxed. Okay, if that's the case, then why are we talking about getting foreign visas to replace 2% of the workforce and from other states? What do we even? Why do that? It doesn't make any sense to me. I think there is a much bigger problem here that probably existed before, well before the vax mandate, because as I was saying, they've already been canceling certain procedures. They've already been canceling certain birth delivery dates or whatever. I'm not sure how you're going to cancel the birth of a baby. I don't know how that really happens or how you're going to postpone it. They be like, hey, don't drop that load yet. Wait about 2 more weeks and then let them cook for a little while longer and we'll get to it when we get to you. Not sure how that works. People are leaving New York State and New York City especially because of stuff like this. You got all these mandates and you got all these rules, regulations, and it's cold, it's snow, the money's leaving. A lot of the city is dead. So it's like, what's the point in even being there at a certain point if we got to live like this? I wouldn't want to live there like that. Not in the least bit. And I hope that people in New York are able to see what's happening. Hopefully they're able to wake up and be like, well, this is not what I signed up for. I want to be able to work without being coerced into doing a thing that I don't want to do. I thought that was illegal, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's perfectly legal and I'm just out of the loop. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to everyone who stands their ground on this and does not allow themselves to be bullied, because that's what's going on, in my opinion. It's a lot of bullying happening. Get this or you can't get a job. Do not allow that to happen. Live a life in your own terms. Don't bow to coercion or anything like that. Do what you want to do because you want to do it, not because Kathy Hochul or someone else made you do it. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How you feel about this vax mandate for healthcare workers? Does it even make sense? You know, my thing, I'm seeing these nurses, doctors, and whatnot protesting against things like this. They were out there on the front lines during this pandemic with no vax, little to no PPE or anything. And at that time, what were they? They were the heroes. They were the ones keeping America together. But now that they don't want to get the shot, after they probably already done had the virus, already got the antibodies, after all that, after all the heroes work here, all this, that, and the third, now they want to say, okay, get kicked to the curb. That's how these kind of quote unquote regimes operate, in my opinion. When they love you, they love you. But all of a sudden, when they want to do something that is, you know, kind of violating your rights a little bit and you don't want to do it, oh, now they hate you. They discard you. That's what happens, which is why I don't like big government. I don't like the left, because the left is all about big government. How can we micromanage your day to day? What can we force you to do today that you don't want to do to make, quote unquote, your life better? That's why I'm on the right and I like more conservative stuff, a conservative way of being, because it's less government intrusion. I want to be able to live my life and enjoy my life without having the government like a monkey on my back. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.